Let's face it, apologizing can feel about as pleasant as swallowing a spiky porcupine. Why is it so darn hard to utter those two little words? I'm sorry? Oh, well, our dear friend, the ego plays a starring role. The ego, that inner voice that whispers sweet nothings like, "You're never wrong," or "It's all their fault," hates to admit defeat. Apologizing feels like surrendering, like waving the white flag of shame. We worry about looking weak, losing face, or admitting we messed up. But here's the thing. Clinging to our precious egos only digs a deeper hole in our relationships. When we refuse to apologize, we build walls instead of bridges. We prioritize being right over understanding and connection. So, how do we slay the ego dragon and embrace the power of a genuine apology? Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey of humility, vulnerability, and ultimately, stronger relationships. Before we can even think about crafting the perfect apology, we need to have a little chat with our ego. Remember that inner voice screaming, "You're perfect. Don't you dare apologize." Yeah, we need to quiet that down a bit. Taming your ego starts with a healthy dose of self-reflection. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what role did I play in this situation? Instead of focusing on being right or proving a point, try to see things from your partner's perspective. Empathy is key here. Put yourself in their shoes. How do you think your actions made them feel? Understanding their pain is crucial for a genuine apology. Remember, apologizing doesn't mean you're weak or wrong. It simply means you value your relationship more than being right. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and their impact on your partner. Okay, so you've wrestled your ego to the ground. You've taken a deep breath, and you're ready to make amends. This is a big step. And it shows that you care about the relationship and the person you've hurt. You're ready to apologize, to mend the rift that has come between you and the other person. But before you rush into it, there's something crucial you need to understand. Hold on. Before you blurt out a rushed, "I'm sorry," but let's talk about crafting an apology that truly packs a punch. An apology that heals, rather than hurts further. The most important ingredient in a sincere apology is taking ownership. This means fully acknowledging your role in the situation without shifting the blame. That means ditching the dreaded "but." The word "but" can completely undermine your apology. Saying "I'm sorry, but you" immediately shifts the blame back to your partner and negates your apology. It makes it seem like you're not truly sorry for your actions, but rather you're justifying them. Instead, focus on expressing your regret and acknowledging the impact of your actions. This shows that you understand the gravity of what you've done and that you genuinely care about the other person's feelings. For example, you could say, "I'm so sorry I hurt you." This is a straightforward and heartfelt expression of regret. You could also add, "I was thinking about myself, and I didn't realize how my words would make you feel." This shows that you've reflected on your actions and understand their impact. Be specific about what you're apologizing for. This helps the other person understand that you know exactly what you did wrong and that you're not just offering a generic apology. For instance, saying, "I'm sorry for yelling at you last night," is much more powerful than a vague, "I'm sorry for what I did." Specificity shows that you're taking full responsibility for your actions. Remember, a genuine apology isn't about excuses or justifications. It's not about explaining why you did what you did, but about acknowledging that what you did was wrong. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and showing your partner that you understand the pain you caused. This is the key to a sincere and effective apology. Sometimes it can be helpful to write down your thoughts before you apologize. This can help you organize your thoughts and ensure that you cover everything you need to say. Practicing your apology can also be beneficial. It can help you feel more confident and ensure that you don't forget anything important. Ultimately, the goal of an apology is to mend the relationship and show the other person that you care about their feelings. A sincere apology can go a long way in healing the hurt and rebuilding trust. So the next time you find yourself needing to apologize, remember to take ownership, be specific, and avoid the dreaded "but." Your relationships will be stronger for it. Section 4. Apology landmines. Steer clear of these conversation killers. Navigating the minefield of apologies can be tricky. It's like walking on eggshells, where one wrong move can lead to a bigger mess than the one you started with. Apologies are meant to mend bridges, but if not done correctly, they can end up burning them instead. One wrong step and you might find yourself triggering another argument instead of resolving the issue. It's crucial to approach apologies with the right mindset and understanding. The goal is to heal, not to hurt further. So, let's talk about some common apology landmines to avoid. These are the pitfalls that can turn a well-intentioned apology into a source of further conflict. First up, resist the urge to minimize or explain away your actions. It's tempting to downplay what you've done to make it seem less significant, but this often backfires. Saying things like, "I was just stressed," or "you're overreacting," only invalidates your partner's feelings and makes the apology feel insincere. These phrases suggest that your partner's emotions are not valid, which can be incredibly hurtful. Avoid turning the apology into a bargaining chip. Apologies should be given freely, without expecting something in return. "I'm sorry, but will you forgive me now?" puts pressure on your partner and makes it seem like you're more concerned with being let off the hook than genuinely making amends. It shifts the focus from the apology to your need for absolution. And please, whatever you do, don't bring up past transgressions. Apologies should be about the present issue, not a rehash of old grievances. "Well, you did this last week," is a surefire way to derail the conversation and reignite old conflicts. It turns the apology into a blame game, which is counterproductive. Remember, a genuine apology is about taking responsibility, not deflecting blame or keeping score. It's about acknowledging your mistake, understanding the impact it had on your partner, and making a commitment to do better in the future. A heartfelt apology can be a powerful tool for healing and strengthening your relationship. So, the next time you find yourself needing to apologize, steer clear of these conversation killers and focus on making your apology as sincere and meaningful as possible. Section 5. Accepting apologies with grace? No need to make it weird. Now, let's flip the script and talk about the art of accepting an apology. It's a crucial part of any relationship, whether it's romantic, familial, or platonic. Accepting an apology can be just as challenging as giving one, but with a little grace and understanding. It doesn't have to be awkward or uncomfortable. It can be just as awkward as giving one, but with a little grace and understanding. It doesn't have to be. When someone apologizes, they are making themselves vulnerable, admitting their mistakes, and seeking to mend the relationship. This is a delicate moment that requires sensitivity and empathy. First and foremost, resist the urge to punish your partner further. It's natural to feel hurt and angry, but holding on to these emotions only prolongs the pain for both parties. Instead, Focus on the fact that your partner has acknowledged their mistake and is making an effort to make amends. Holding on to anger and resentment only prolongs the pain. It's important to remember that forgiveness is a process, and accepting an apology is a step towards healing. By letting go of negative emotions, you create space for understanding and reconciliation. Remember, they've acknowledged their mistake and are trying to make amends. This is a significant step, and it deserves recognition. Accepting an apology graciously, even if it's not perfect, shows that you value the effort and are willing to move forward. Accept the apology graciously, even if it's not perfect. A simple thank you for apologizing. It means a lot to me can go a long way in moving the conversation forward. This phrase acknowledges the effort and opens the door for further dialogue and healing. A simple thank you for apologizing. It means a lot to me can go a long way in moving the conversation forward. This small gesture can make a big difference in how the apology is received and can set the tone for a more positive interaction. Avoid minimizing their apology or brushing it off. Saying things like, "It's okay," or "Don't worry about it," can make the other person feel like their effort to apologize was in vain. Instead, acknowledge their effort and express your feelings honestly. Even if you're still hurting, acknowledge their effort and willingness to take responsibility. This doesn't mean you have to immediately forgive and forget, but it shows that you appreciate their attempt to make things right. Remember, accepting an apology doesn't mean you condone their actions. It simply means you're willing to move forward and work towards healing the relationship. It's a step towards rebuilding trust and understanding. It simply means you're willing to move forward and work towards healing the relationship. By accepting an apology with grace, you create an opportunity for growth and deeper connection. It's a chance to strengthen the bond and build a more resilient relationship. In conclusion, accepting an apology is an art that requires empathy, patience, and a willingness to move forward. It's not about forgetting the past, but about creating a better future together. So the next time someone apologizes to you, remember to accept it with grace and understanding. It can make all the difference in your relationship. Thank you for watching this chapter on accepting apologies with grace. Remember, it's all about creating a positive and supportive environment where both parties can grow and thrive. No need to make it weird.